It's Friday, July 3rd, and that means that Cedar Ridge has released their new honey bourbon to the market. So, join me as I go to Cedar Ridge Distillery in Swisher, Iowa, pick up some bottles, and we're going to bring it back to the desk to try it out. Hi everyone, welcome to Highly Allocated Problems. My name is Jeff and we're here at Cedar Ridge today for the honey bourbon release. So far, there's not too many people here, but I think it'll pick up as it just opened at 11 o'clock and that's when it was available. It's already available online. So I assume a lot of people got it online, not to mention a lot of people are on vacation. So you never know how many people are actually gonna be here. So let's get inside, show you the offering, and maybe we'll get a sample. Let you know how it is out the gate before we do an official review. Let's go check it out. All right, guys. Here it is, the honey bourbon. Plenty of stock here. Really packed right here right now. So I'm gonna try and grab some and we'll have a talk outside here where it's less congested. All right, so that's it. That's it for the honey bourbon release. It was pretty crowded. A lot of people were getting this. Honestly, more people were getting this than were there for the honey rye, or not the honey rye, but the 9 3/4 rye. And the 9 3/4 rye is fantastic. I've had more people ask me if I can still get a hold of it, if I have any more. I don't, I'm out now. But I had more people ask about that than anything. And there were more people here trying to get that than for that release. So I mean, maybe people are just turned off by the rye aspect, that when someone says it's a rye that they don't think it's going to be as good as a bourbon. Maybe that's why this honey bourbon is so popular with them, is because it's sort of more approachable to them with it not being a rye. I don't know. But I'm gonna go get this home, open it, and give it a review, and we'll see how it is. Hi everyone, welcome to Highly Allocated Problems. My name's Jeff, and thank you so much for joining me as we went on that trip to Swisher, Iowa, to Cedar Ridge Distillery to pick up the new honey bourbon. Shout out to Ken. I got to meet Ken at the distillery, had a great conversation, and he's a real cool cat, so shout out to Ken. Nice to meet you. And obviously, thank you so much to everyone at Cedar Ridge Distillery for putting on a great release, especially to Ashton. She's always super helpful and friendly, so shout out to her. Let's get straight into it and take a look at what we've got here. So, we have Cedar Ridge Honey Bourbon, 105 proof. They do not state anything about the age on it, which is kind of disappointing, which leads me to believe that might be a little bit of the younger stuff. I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know how that may affect the product, but I mean, I figure it's gonna be good because Cedar Ridge always puts out pretty good stuff for their special releases. And so I have high confidence that it's gonna be pretty good. Let's get this cracked open and we will see how it tastes. For our first review, first taste, I didn't get any samples at the distillery, unfortunately. There were a lot of people there. I mean, a lot. Certainly many more than there were for the 9 3/4 rye. I don't know, maybe it's just because, you know, rye set some people off and they're disinterested. It did eventually sell out thanks to SLB, but this is already sold out online. It was sold out by the time I got home around 12:30 Central. It was sold out online. So I don't know if there's just a limited number or if it was just that popular. Who knows? Let's get this cracked open into the Glen and we'll get it on the nose and palate. See how it fares. All right, getting it into the Glen here. Okay, thanks to the magic of YouTube, I was able to get this open and into the Glen and let it sit for about 10 minutes so we give it the best opportunity to open up and we can have the best experience possible for it, give it a fair chance. As soon as this is done with the initial review, I'm going to put it up against the Blue Note Honey and maybe the Bee's Knees 5. I don't know yet. Maybe we'll blind the three of them and see what comes out on top, depending on if I think it's gonna, you know, stand a chance. It'll be pretty obvious because I know exactly how good the Blue Note and the Bee's Knees were. So if it's gonna stand a chance, then we'll go through and do that. So let's get this on the nose and see how it fares. There's definitely some like that sweetness. It's not directly, no, maybe there is a little bit of honeycomb, but there's some floral, like some flowers on it. Otherwise, I get pretty traditional Cedar Ridge bourbon notes, kind of with that unique malted rye, kind of almost kind of a funk that you get with Cedar Ridge. I get a lot of that. Maybe a little bit of vanilla on the nose. Otherwise, there's just like that sweetness that's possibly the honey, floral notes, vanilla, and then just that maybe a little bit of the oak. That's about it. Smells pretty good. Not gonna say it doesn't. It smells pretty good. Let's get our first sip. Cheers. I definitely get some like honeycomb, hibiscus kind of note with some apple and some cinnamon and vanilla on the palate. The honey is kind of like a deeper, darker honeycomb kind of flavor. It's almost kind of waxy, so it's not that punch you in the gut kind of honey flavor. So you're not getting that immediate just tartness or sweetness from honey. It's got that really good honeycomb, deep and dark, and it's really, really good. Honestly, you know, I don't get a ton of the bourbon notes that I traditionally do, so I definitely think that there's a terrific honey influence on this. There's a little bit of an astringency, which it may have something to do with the age of the bourbon that's in here, but for the most part, the oak is also sweet. So don't get a lot of deep oak or barrel char along with that. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's go in for the second sip, see what we get. Really delicate honeycomb, sweet oak, vanilla. Again, there's like this floral hibiscus tea kind of note that's in there. It's really unique and pleasant. I don't think that it is to the level as the Blue Note and the Bee's Knees are from a flavor standpoint, and I think that has to do with the proof point. At 105 proof, I think it's a little low. I would like to have seen it like 110, 112 or so, maybe even a little bit higher at 115. If you've looked at all of their other releases that have been absolute banger releases, we're talking just stellar releases, the Orange Sherry, the Anniversary, the 9 3/4 Rye. The thing that those all have in common is they are 115 proof. And I think there's something about that with Cedar Ridge that once you hit that 115 proof, man, does it just make all of the flavors sing. I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna put it up against Blue Note and Bee's Knees, and we're gonna see how it fares. Give me just a second, I'll get that set up. All right, we've got 3 Black Glens, all filled with these 3 honey bourbons. We have the Bee's Knees 5, Cedar Ridge Honey, and the Blue Note Honey Cask. I filled them, but Tony over here, say hi, Tony.
Hello.
Tony mixed them up, so that way I'm unbiased. So let's go ahead and get them on the nose, and we'll figure out which one's best. Who knows, maybe Cedar Ridge will come out on top. We'll see. Let's give it a try. I'm gonna go from right to left. So here we go. Very, very honey and bourbon forward. Very distinct honey note, kind of oak and barrel char note. Very, very pleasant. Next one, kind of a little bit of the just like general sweetness. Can't really necessarily identify the honey on it, and there's that little bit of a floral note. Maybe a little bit of vanilla. Next, or I guess last, very, very sweet forward. A little bit of confectioner sugar on the nose. Yeah, not much oak. A little bit of vanilla, confectioner sugar, maybe a little bit of effervescent fruit. That's about it. So, tasting wise, right to left, and I'll taste them and then I will rank them. And what we'll do is we'll do whatever one is first will be pulled forward, whatever one is second will be in the middle, and then the third one will be pulled back. Make sense? Terrific. Right to left. Here we go. Well, I can tell you right now that's freaking terrific. It's terrific. Deep honeycomb, a little bit of like apple, cinnamon, and a little bit of cherry, like almost kind of candied cherry with some vanilla. And then on the finish, just honeycomb, that honeycomb and wax, and it's just like really, really prevalent and bright and deep. It's terrific. That is terrific. Next. Not as bright of honey, kind of more of honeycomb, very, very subtle, like almost kind of like rose water, I guess I would say, and a little bit of vanilla. It's pretty good. On the finish, you get more of the kind of sweet oak and vanilla on the finish rather than honey. So far, I prefer this one over this one, but who knows? We'll get to the third one here. Next. Oh, wow. Tremendous flavor. Very, very bright. You get just caramel and vanilla, and you get that honeycomb wax more prevalent. Not so much on the finish as much as it is on the, kind of front and mid palate. And on the finish, it's kind of like just mixing all together to become almost like Fruit Loops with caramel drizzle on it. It's tremendous. I'm trying to debate whether I should go into a second sip or not. I'm not doing it. I'm just taking first impressions and doing it. First, second, third. That's how it goes. All right, you do me dirty, Tony? Let's take a look. So let's go in third place. In third place is Cedar Ridge Honey. Second place. Oh, I can't see. Oh, I think that says Bee's Knees 5. Bee's Knees 5, second place. And in first place, just like before, that means it's the Blue Note in first place. Blue Note is just, the Bee's Knees 5 is fantastic, but there's just so much dynamic flavor, especially on the finish with the Blue Note, that it just can't compete. And again, I think part of the problem we've got right here with the Cedar Ridge Honey is that it's competing against proof on both of these offerings. I think these are both 115 or higher. I'll put it down here as far as which each one of them were, but I just think that that's the one miss in the Cedar Ridge offering, is that it's at 105 proof. I bet you if they put it at 115, probably a lot more of an aggressive challenge to this. But it wasn't too hard. It wasn't too hard. That's it for me. I appreciate you watching. I just appreciate you watching as long as you did. Don't forget, we're giving away a Russell's Reserve 13 Batch 6, an Eagle Rare 12, or a Stag 26A or 25D at 2,000 subscribers for one lucky subscriber. It'll be their choice. Thank you so much for watching. It's July 3rd, so tomorrow is the 4th of July. I hope everyone had a happy 4th of July, because this will come out after that. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. We'll talk to you later. See ya.